Hey guys, I am back on just to give you guys a quick word that the Lord wanted me to release today, and it's still today where I am in Texas. It's like 10 something, almost 11. But this is a quick, straight to the point word, so I'm going to give it to you guys and then give you your night back. But thank you guys that joined my live tonight. I just wanted to say hey to y'all, and I had so much fun with you. I love you guys. But yeah, thank you. To all who joined my live. I did not expect it to be almost 2 hours, but it was, which is why this word is super late, but I don't regret it because I had fun with everybody that jumped on with me. It was very last minute, like spare of the moment type deal. And yeah, I had fun with y'all. I need to do more lives. But guys, with this dream, I had this dream last night. And what the Lord is basically saying is what he's saying is that he's bringing unions together in this hour, whether you've never been married before and he's bringing you into a union with your God-ordained spouse. Many of you will be courted this year. Many of you, it'll go from being courted to engaged to married. This word is not just for people that were standing. This is also for people that have never been married. And the Lord is saying, many of you, your past, as in your ex-girlfriend, boyfriend, ex-husband, ex-wife, whoever your ex is, whoever this is for, you'll know if it's for you because God has already spoken to you about this. But God has separated you from that ex-husband, ex-wife, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend for a reason. Many of them forfeited their opportunities with you. He is raising another. That's not for everybody. Don't come in my comments with there is no raising of another. Okay, we've been there, done that. God will raise another. He is raising many others for the ones that forfeited their opportunity to be with you. But this is not just for people that have been married. Okay, this is also for people that have never been married. And the Lord is saying your ex is going to pop up at the most inconvenient time for you and the most opportune time for them. Meaning when they pop up for you, it's going to be an inconvenience because God is going to already have you being courted. You're going to be engaged. Some of you are going to be married. And this person is going to pop back up. But it's an opportune time for them because they are used to getting their way. They're used to hearing the yeses and having things just go the way they want it to go. And sorry for the stuttering, guys. Y'all know it's late. But it's their opportune time. Anything that's convenient for them is their opportune time, and they're used to getting their way. So again, your ex will be popping up for who this is for at the most inconvenient time for you, but the most opportune time for them. And their tree will not be bearing good fruits, okay? Matthew, 7:20, the Lord says, a tree by the fruit it bears. This person will not be bearing good fruits and it will be very obvious to you, okay? And he's saying in this hour to allow him, as in the Lord Jesus Christ, to continue healing and molding you internally so that when this person pops back up, you are not easily swayed by the smooth words that's running off of their tongue, okay? Because when God molds you, you're not attracted to the same things. You don't like the same things you used to like before. When God matures you internally, when he matures your soul, your mind, your will, your emotions, when he matures you spiritually, you are not attracted to the same things. So if you are still a person that he is molding and you still have things that you need to work on, allow him to work on those things with you. Because when he opens that door for you to unite with your God-ordained spouse, you need to be able to understand when deceit is standing right in front of you and is speaking words that sound good. You need to know how to discern. Discernment means to be able to judge well spiritually and physically. Okay? So let me give you guys this dream because I don't want to be on here for long. But in this dream, I was a watchman. I was in an auditorium and on the stage was Usher, the singer. He was being interviewed by a white man. And in the audience on the front row was his ex-girlfriend, Chili, who's a singer from the group TLC. And she was on the front row with her husband and her son, right? In the dream, Usher was being interviewed. And the man was asking him about his new song. Usher proceeds to talk about his new song, and he's saying the song is called 24 Hours a Day or 24/7. It was one or the other. And the person interviewing him asked him, why did he name the song 24/7 or 24 Hours a Day? I can't remember which one it was. And he responded while looking at Chili in the front row. Mind you, Chili is sitting there with her husband and her son. So Chili's in the middle, her husband's on one side, her son's on the other side, in the audience on the front row. Usher looks directly at her and he says, I made this song because I can't stop thinking about her. I think about her all day long. I think about our sex and the things that she used to do to me. And she's on my mind 24 hours a day, 24/7. That's why I named it this song, right? And as he's saying that, he has this smile on his face. And you guys who know Usher, he has a beautiful smile. He's dressed to the T, and his words are flowing like butter. Chili in the audience grabs her husband's face and her son's face, and she pushes them into her, as in to say, I'm married, I have a son and I have a husband. So she's holding their face close to her, right? But at the same time she's holding their face, she has a big grin on her face. Her smile was $1 million smile from what he was saying. And I could see, as I'm looking at her face, because I'm a woman, I can see her accepting all the lust that he was throwing out. All his words were just covering her. I can see the lust in her face. And even though she was holding her husband and her son tightly in her arms, almost pushing their heads together towards her shoulder, as if to say, I'm married and I'm a mom now, she still had this big $1 million smile. And I could tell she liked what he was saying. The lust was all in her face, guys. And I'm a woman. I could see that she liked it. I can tell. And Usher smiling, and he's just saying the same thing over and over. I made this song 24 hours because I can't stop thinking about her. The sex we had, the way she touched. He's going all X-rated or G-rated, whatever the explicit version is. He is taking it left, right? And that was the end of the dream. When I woke up, one thing the Lord kept reiterating is, you'll know a tree by the fruit it bears, okay? Again, the Lord is saying, Usher, and you guys know, in reality, Usher and Chili dated each other, okay? Many years ago, when I was a teenager. They dated each other. Usher made a whole album called Confessions about him cheating on Chili, right? His stepping out of their relationship. They were never married, but they were dating, and he cheated with other women, okay? They broke up. Whoever this person is that's going to come back into your life, they went through a form of infidelity and cheating too, okay? Which is not even the whole point, because where God is taking you, your union is about to happen with your God-ordained spouse. You're going to go from courted to engaged to married. This is not going to be a slow process for who this is for. Excuse me. Hold on, guys. This is not going to be a slow process for who this is for. But the Lord is saying, whoever this person is, they're an ex for a reason. They belong in the past. And this person was at one point in time, who God told you was who he had ordained for you, your God-ordained spouse. This could have been a person that you were married to, you divorced, God told you to move on, you're done. This could be someone that you were married to and they forfeited their opportunity by choosing to walk in the world. God said he'll raise another. This could be someone who's never been married, but God at one point in time told you that was your God-ordained spouse, but they forfeited their opportunity, so God separated that union, okay? So this is not just for standards, but the Lord is saying that person, whoever they is, when they decided to partner with the world, they were like an Usher too. They were being unfaithful to God, so therefore they did commit infidelity. They did cheat. They were committing adultery against God, okay? And these people that God separated you from, and they're no longer your spouse, and I'm sorry guys, it's late, I'm pushing through this word. The person that he separated you from, and they're no longer your spouse, when they decided to, or the one that he ordained, when they decided to partner with the world, again, they committed adultery on the Lord. So it was a done deal. So they are the ushers, okay? And the Lord also used usher because to usher in someone means to will them in, okay? It means to will them in. God is very strategic. Usher was on a stage. I'm like, this person. Usher was on a stage because anything that's being staged, let me read you guys the definition. Hold on. For something to be staged, it means to be arranged and performed, to produce or cause to happen for public view or public effect. For something that's Lord, help me get through this word. I'm tired. For something to be staged, another word for something that's staged is something that's a facade. A facade is something that's put on for show. That's a front. It's a masquerade. It's something that's veiled, that has a veil on. Okay? So basically this person is staging their words to you. They're putting on a front in order to put on a show. Okay? Usher's an entertainer. To entertain someone means to do something in order to appease an audience. Okay? To perform. So this person is putting on a whole performance for you. And their words are coming off of their tongue like butter, but they don't mean any of it. Those same words that they're speaking is what will lead to death, okay? And we'll get into the scriptures. There's no life in what they're speaking. Their tree is not bearing good fruit because no one will come at you and speak fleshly things like that if they are from God. So whatever this person is trying to do to usher you in, they're using techniques from the past. And if you're not healed internally, if you haven't allowed God to fully mold you, you will fall for these words that they're speaking and ruin what God has already set aside for you and put together because you're choosing to indulge in lustful desires. And he's saying, pay attention to these people from your past that are about to pop up at the most inconvenient time for you, but the most opportune time for them. Okay? Pay attention. What else did he want me to cover on that dream? The dream is pretty self-explanatory, guys. Your ex is gonna come back. And he's coming to usher you in with this staged approach, okay? With this approach that is meant to produce or cause something to happen for public view or public effect. They're coming to put on a show. Do not ruin what you have by engaging and indulging in what they're talking about and causing something so beautiful that God is putting together to be separated. Again, in this dream, Chili was holding her husband and her son close, but her smile, guys, was way up here. Her face was wide. She was eating what he was saying up. And if you decide to eat what's being thrown at you from Satan, okay, from the pit of hell, you're going to ruin what God is bringing new into your life, this new union that he is bringing to you. And the Lord wanted me to read Proverbs chapter 5, verses 2-6. It says, then you will show discernment and your lips will express what you've learned. For the lips of an immoral woman are as sweet as honey, and her mouth is smoother than oil. But in the end, she is as bitter as poison and as dangerous as a double-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps lead straight to the grave. For she cares nothing about the path to life. She staggers down a crooked trail and doesn't realize it. Guys, don't be tricked by these words that you're going to hear. They lead to death. This person is putting on this staged approach to you, okay? This facade that it's to will you in. It's to usher. Usher's trying to usher you in. And it's deceitful. It's lies. It's poison. But they are making it sound good. But out of all of the verses that I just read from Proverbs 5, verses 2-6. The very first verse 2 says, then you will show discernment. Discernment is the ability to judge well naturally and spiritually. Then you will show discernment and your lips will express what you've learned. In this dream, Usher's fleshly desires that he was speaking showed that he had learned nothing from their separation and from them being apart. Absolutely nothing. He was still speaking through his fleshly desires, which are not of God. Whoever your ex is, they will still be speaking from their fleshly desires. It will not be of God. You're going to see exactly what they learned by the way they speak. You'll know a tree by the fruit it bears. And the tree that Usher was bringing to place, the fruits on it were not good fruits. He was not, his tree was not bearing good fruits. They were speaking fleshly desires. And the Lord is saying, be very careful. Okay. He also wanted me to read Psalms 55 verse 21. It says, his words are as smooth as butter, but in his heart is war. His words are soothing as lotion, but underneath are daggers, guys. The Lord is saying they're going to speak smooth words. They sound good to you. Okay, they'll sound good to you if you're a person that's not healed. If you're a person that still needs God to tie up some of those loose ends within, okay? The words will sound like butter, but there will be war in their hearts. Meaning once you accept those words and walk towards that and walk into that, all hell is going to break loose because they have war in their hearts. They are only speaking from the flesh. His words are as soothing as lotion, but underneath are daggers. Again, the words sound good. They come out smooth, but they're like daggers. They're sharp. They will stab you like a sword. They're only putting on a facade. A facade is something that's put on for show, guys. It's put on for show. It's a front, a masquerade. There's a veil on them. Do not be deceived. Even though in the dream, Usher was speaking lustful words to Chili, she was eating it up just by her facial expression. I can tell, even though her husband and son were right next to her, she's holding them tight. She was still eating up everything that he was saying. And the Lord is saying to guard your heart, guys. To guard your heart, to keep your mind focused on him, to draw near to him, to create an intimate relationship with him so that you are not deceived when these people pop back up. Because it's so easy to say what you wouldn't do until you're put to the test. When you're in school, the teacher gives you lessons, you teach and you study and you may grasp it, but the real reality is going to happen. What's going to show if you've learned what the teacher has taught you is when you take that test. You're either going to pass the test or fail the test. Look at what God is doing in that sense. He's taught you this whole time. So the true test is when, the true test is when you take the actual test. He's given you the lessons. He's went over everything with you. So when it's time to be tested, he's saying pass the test, use your discernment, allow him to heal you. If there's still things within, guys, I'm tired. If there's still things within that he needs to heal, allow him to do that in this hour. That's all I have for this word, guys. Again, he's saying your exes are going to pop up, and they're going to pop up when he's already put you in union with someone. Don't fall for it. They missed out. Who this is for, they missed out. It's time to move on. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Not fool. Don't be fooled. I think I touched on everything, guys. I apologize for the stuttering. I am tired and I'm getting ready to go lay down, but that is the word he wanted me to release from this dream. This person is going to pop up at the most inconvenient time for you and the most opportune time for them. Do not fall for it. Do not ruin something that God has brought together for you, for something that's in the past, whose tree does not bear good fruits, who's coming with wrong intentions, with dirtiness attached to them. They haven't learned anything, but they're still good at speaking smooth words. But those smooth words will cut you if you're ushered into this relationship. Leave your past where they are. They had a chance. They walked away from it. God is bringing together something new and beautiful. Let it be. Because when God brings a thing together, it's always above expectations, beyond your expectations. Don't be fooled. Don't be deceived by the tricks of the enemy. Take this word back to God if you feel it's for you. If you're not sure, take it back to God. I'm not God, so please don't come in the comments and ask me questions about, is he raising another for me? Like, is he restoring? Like, what do I do? I don't know. Take it to God, guys. I'm just giving you what he gave me. It's only for a set group of people. Take it if it's for you. It'll serve as confirmation. But that's all I have for this word, guys. I love you guys. Have a good night. Bye.